David 1, Frank 0 Union, returns 225, expiration July 2023 on a... What's your part? Yes. Message down to Charles and Robert, Edward Nora David, Edward Robert, first name Samuel, Common, initial name J. John, when mailed at birthday 01/20/1975. There. Right. David 342 revise. David. And the supervisor on this one. 30. David. Hey, 33, I'll take it. My favorite normal street. Available to back on the traffic stop 135 guard.
The weather is so nice that I'm not even wearing a jacket for the first time in months. Months, I tell you, months. Since September, really.
Cardiac rescue 3, medic 510 with Carl 120 rescue 31 902 East 26.
But unfortunately, our mood swing weather, it will change back tonight. It's gonna get cold again. It's gonna have rain and cold, maybe even snow.
Truck to respond to a medical call 4008 South Kings Highway. Truck to medical call 4008 South Kings Highway. Car seats are 41st and 40th.
One of the reporters I used to work with is having a family vacation in Florida. It ended today, and he's coming back to snow. Oh, you know what? I don't even need to do this. What the hell am I doing? Well, we'd like to know. I don't need gasp. Oh, fake screen. How's the weather down where you're at? Long time no hear from. Been missing you, Mark.
You first?
Both not showing. Last is Boston. White male, 890128.
About to snow? Yeah. And then if you go south 50 miles, you're in the desert. Long story. Yeah, well, kiddos have been keeping us busy. I wish I could turn these things down, but that one is hooked up to my my phone and the car stereo, and for whatever reason it overrides the part that allows me to turn it down.
Back, Leonard is his last name, Austin is the first, 12889. He has several out of Independence. He has a $5,000.
So what's the long story? And you, oop. Oh, good. Well, you know the what day it is here, what special day it is in Kansas City. Especially Westport.
30-year-old male has fallen. In the narrative, he did advise there's a dog inside, but it's friendly. 41st and 40th, quarter 138, District 2, in 15 minutes.
Yeah, why don't I hold off just to the Big C?
Go ahead.
Are you rips?
Ridge.
Oh.
I don't pressure.
possession, fleeing, correction, keeping of pit bulls.
I changed my mind. I have enough snacks to last me a little while, so I don't need to go into. Oh, you know what? I need to get water though.
Premium 83rd, your license.
I'll get some water at work.
7 Adam 5 Adam. And 2013 Toyota, ENF 21 Toyota to Sona, Joyceville out of Kansas City. Expirations of 21 for the 2013.
I'm going to hit
for
the parade route. Go check out. Oh no! I thought I was going to go to the parade route. World's Liquor. All right, where is this? I have to go check out a shooting. You know, happy St. Patrick's Day.
216, same information, 1041.
But, of course. Hey, it picked it up. All right. Gare.
Starting route to 5401 Olive Street. In 2.1 miles, exit left onto US 71 South and I-29 South.
World's Liquor, and that annoys me when they do that. They have a patch in Kansas that just sits there and beeps. Beep, beep, beep. Huh. Yeah, I kind of expected this week would be crazier than it is. Although last week, I don't know if you watch any of my videos, last week I nearly got run over. That's all I need to do is get run over again. And that's a humorous story. This woman, I guess, decided that even though all the streets were blocked and she could have gone around the other direction to get to her house, she had to go through all the fire trucks and nearly run over a cameraman and then run right into the front end of a fire truck. And all she could do when the firefighters surrounded her to see what was up with her, all she could do was just say that her house was right there and she needed to get to her house. Yeah. She actually hit my tripod, which is what kind of alerted me that something was up. I mean, when your tripod starts scooting and you're not moving it and you look up and you see this car is actually the thing doing it, it's kind of makes you jump back. I shouted out, "What the hell?" And all the firefighters turned and looked just in time to see this woman run right into the front end of their fire truck.
Running the truck to 20 minutes. I'm sorry, you think that's Florida?
So I don't know. I expected it. It was about the time the bars closed. It was what night was that? That was actually Monday night, Tuesday morning. That was my birthday. Almost didn't make it on my birthday.
Kansas tag 020 Mary X-ray Nora, Mary 2020 Mary X-ray Nora, Kansas.
So let's hope that this shooting is what all of the shootings are generally. Nothing. I can't check my phones. There's an app that I use called Citizen, and it would tell me, but Oh, yeah. Did did your tripod survive it okay? Because I assume that it hit your tripod and not you.
Back up. Just so we did start back on the roadway. If your photo wouldn't mind it. Yeah, and that.
Yeah, mine lived too. I'm very happy because it's my personal tripod.
Oh, first class.
You know, when MeBack went out a couple of years ago, that boy.
There is a Houston.
No camera should be left unattended on a tripod, which is a rule that I violate too frequently.
12 years old, white male in the car, foster child, and when the parent run away. We left him wearing purple Looney Tunes hoodie, camel sweatpants, and a white.
Unfortunately, I have acquiesced to the desires of people back at the studio to see a shot at all times, and especially in the wintertime, I'm not going to be standing out there freezing my butt off so that they know that there's a shot up. So,
No prior conviction.
hey, how's it going? Says, oh, I forget you guys. So this live stream is one of the reasons I use this crazy app. Is it allows you to multi-stream, and they don't want to charge you anything for it.
1362.
And so when somebody replies to me on YouTube and somebody replies to me on Facebook, you guys can't see each other. So Rhyme Time 816 is from Independence, and he just replied. I'm asking him how he's doing. I'm looking for an app where it'll allow you to stream the front and the back camera, and I've found one, but they're very proud of it and they want to charge you for the right. And I found actually several. One doesn't work very well for the privilege of using that feature on their app. And then there's another one that allows you to hook a completely different phone up to your thing, and you can mix the two. It's called Switcher Studio, but they're really proud of that one. They want to charge, I think, at least $30 a month just to have their most basic features.
Okay.
And the thing that I concluded is it doesn't work that well. It does work. It works pretty well. Actually, we were using it the other day for hooking it up to the TVU, and everybody was very impressed with it. Looks all right when you go into a TVU. It has a clean feed out, but it's spendy. And as a live streaming app, it doesn't work that great. It glitches and stuff.
I'll be in round. Okay, starting whenever you're ready. 126636. 126636.
Yeah. What I've concluded is the best thing to do is to use a switcher. Like I have the ATEM Mini, which is a Blackmagic product. I got the cheapest one, and it has allows you to stream to a computer via a USB port, and it works really well. And I use it to record. I can record.
342348.
I can record on an SD card with also a Blackmagic recording monitor, which the quality is great. It's only HDMI. It's only HD, not 4K, but the quality is excellent. And you know, in order to get Switcher Studio to work right, everybody says, oh, well, what you have to do is you have to hook all your phones together with a router via Cat5 cables. And I'm like, gee, you got all these Cat5 cables running everywhere. I might as well just use the switcher.
There's no loss.
Same thing.
Ford to Party Sandy, 6424 27th Street, May 23.
All right, 71 south to 70 east.
Stay in the second or third lane from
Stay in the second or third lane from
left.
left. Oh, yeah, these things always confuse me because it says you want to hit 70 east, and then it tells you at the last minute, take 71 south.
Hell if you thought.
South toward I-70 East.
35.
Yeah, there's a lot of
6219
things that people do.
90
There's
76.
there's a lot of little
That
boxes
should
and
be
doohickeys.
185,907.
Yeah,
6.
or footage into your onto the internet with the OBS or
Use the right to continue onto I-70 East, then take exit 2 on the left onto US 71
OBS.
South.
Is it OBS or no? That's OBS, not OBX. OBX is Outer Banks. Olive somewhere. I am 8 minutes out, so. All right.
Use the left 2 lanes to take exit 2 on the left onto US 71
Taking
South.
71 south. Look at the new Children's Mercy building. It's all lit up for Ukraine, blue and yellow. They got the fancy neon-looking lights all over it.
In 5.3 miles, turn right onto East 55th Street.
All right, East 55th, like 50-something in Olive.
9205 3227.
I'm hoping it's just a false alarm. All right. No, that's not what I think it is. Come on. I'm trying to get over for the popo behind me.
That's going to be when you shut it down.
Well, maybe this will be the real deal. Oh, there's popo going north.
State 21, North Complaint, Fire 6, 10 Yenny. RP stating there's individuals playing loud music outside the front of the building, 6 Yenny.
You know what? Why do I think that when the weather is warm and it's St. Patrick's Day that there won't be this kind of stupidity going on in Kansas City? We're known for it.
Copy, 30 minutes.
And you know, the terrible thing is that they used to be able to hear everything that the Kansas City police would be discussing. Now they've blocked all that off, so you can't hear anything. And we get like one call on the scanner from the fire department. Go stage for a shooting. Yeah. And if you miss that one call, stage for a shooting, then until the press release comes out, you probably won't know about it. Unless it somehow shows up on the Citizen app. Yeah, unfortunately, the collective we, I'm not known for being angry that way. I've had my bouts with anger, but it's never been a positive thing for me. Okay, not only am I wearing short sleeves, I gotta roll the windows down a little bit. Oh. Unfortunately, if this is a shooting, this will be all I'll be able to do tonight. I'll just be stuck on this. And I hate it when it's this early into the shift, because then, you know, I always like to get my TVU before I go out to this stuff.
Oh, you feel like 477?
Yeah. I mean, there are ways around it. There are ways they can communicate with the media other than having press release, and I think that it's beneficial for them to do that. But I don't completely, I've said before, I don't completely disagree with scanner blackout, because sometimes cops get on there and they'll say, yeah, and the witness's phone number is da 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 da, you know, and I'm like, oh, great, broadcast that too. Everybody's listening. All right, this is Olive. It's on the west side of 71 Highway. I'm afraid right where that... Huh. Yeah, I remember when there were some frequencies on walkie-talkies that would be a mess. Police had to get better frequencies. I remember I had a walkie-talkie as a kid who used to be able to hear the police. You'd hear certain frequencies, but you couldn't talk to them. We tried when I was a kid, but you could only hear, you couldn't talk. Because I think that back in the 70s, maybe even into the 80s, there were some CB frequencies that were being used. So if I remember right, my walkie-talkie worked on a CB radio thing. All right, 0.5 miles. Stay in the second lane from right. All right, I'm listening to the GPS tell me something I'm gonna regret. I think 800 feet. All right, here's hoping it's another vagrant call. But I have a feeling. You know, you get these feelings. My feeling is the weather's nice. If it's not this one, there will be one.
822. Can you go ahead and show all units back in? It's been taken care of. And show us all around it.
Oh no, does that mean you're leaving us, Mark? Olive Street is one more block up. All right, I'm getting a good feeling about this. Not that. Being passed in a neighborhood. All right. Woo, woo, woo. I sound like a lazy bum. But now I can go pick up my TVU. Woohoo! All right, here's a question I have. It's a little bit of a theory. That there are some types of criminal activity.
22.4, I'm in route with 1.
Yep, nothing here. Nothing here. We'll drive around a little bit and then... Oh, I'm focused. I'm focused. Actually, talking to people helps me to focus even better. But, you know, once I come upon, you know, like the blinky lights, then I pretty much shut everything down and run out and go get it. Because I have to, unfortunately, I have to use this phone to take pictures. Well, you're right. It's a little crazier out here than it has been. There are, I mean, I was just passed in a residential area by somebody who was in a hurry. So here's my question about criminal activity that's advertised. It's like they, now I know this is BS for the most part. People just throw tennis shoes up in telephone lines, but supposedly that means that if you see a pair of shoes in the wires above a house, that means that it's a house of a drug dealer. Now the question that I have is, every so often you pass a house with a red porch light on, and it makes me wonder, does that mean possibly that they're advertising that there are certain types of services available at that house? Not that I'm looking, I'm just curious. Yeah, I know that's not clear to Rhyme Time or other people that maybe not familiar. I think Mark knows about it. It's a TVU. There's several brands: TVU, LiveView, DeGero. They figured out how to put broadband cards into a box, and you plug your camera in on one end, and you hit the. With us, it's one button. You hit one button, and it starts transmitting back to the station. You call the TV station. You say, "Hey, are you getting my signal?" And they're like, "Yep." Give us a mic check, then you're ready to go. Bada bing. That replaces a live van. It's so much easier to deal with than live trucks.
I'm not sure about. Is it the smaller Hyundai car, or is it the longer sedan?
All right, this is the area, one block over actually, and I'm going to double check my Citizen app to make sure I'm not missing something. Yeah, it's anywhere between 5 and 7. I think it's generally the number is 5 air cards. And oh, come on, people. Eighth and Jefferson. I need to pull over here so I can do this. Let's see. It'd be nice if that shows up on. EMS activity.
Check 40 minutes, sure, Victor. Lasta Romero, Robert Ocean Mary, Edward Robert.
Now this is going to sound strange.
Adam Boyd, Daniel, David, Ida Ederlingen.
Yeah, we were talking about TVUs, but now back on the subject of shootings, reported shootings. This is going to sound strange, but a lot of them don't pan out. And the reason that my theory is that what happens is that you have vagrants who need attention, and they'll call the police, and then they'll call them on something that they know they need, that the police have to respond to, so they'll call in a shooting. Say, there was a shooting, and the police will always show up, and they'll find the person that really needs the attention, and no shooting. And a lot of times there are shooting turns from a shooting to a stage for police on a psych. That's what they call it, mental health problem. Alright, I don't mind doing my job and everything. I just would like to go get my TVU first. Please let me get my TVU.
With the units on Eagle.
Yeah, well, it's
312 and 29124, where we got for the end of shift.
a lot of times when the police come out to something like that, they don't find anything.
312, I say back in the
So that could be kids calling to try and get the cops to come out. But then a lot of times when they come out, I think they find a homeless person or a vagrant or somebody that's got other issues. You know, there's a difference between, you know, I guess the new thing to say is politically correct or correct speech is instead of calling everybody homeless, you say they're houseless. But my opinion is that you have homeless, houseless, and vagrants. And there's a difference. Homeless is like people who don't have a choice. They live on the streets, but they are trying to get off the streets. Houseless are people who prefer to live on the streets for whatever reason. And then you have vagrants, or people who commit vagrant acts, who may or may not be homeless or houseless. And many of them, oddly, are not. Unhoused. Well, I've been watching a lot of people online in the permanent camper situation. People who live in gas in the area. It's about when I last gassed up, it was $3.67, which is probably the best in the country.
George 4, William Edward Knight, 876-611-75839.
And everybody's saying, you know, there's a lot of people are trying to blame the president for it. I had this conversation with my mom after looking at a Facebook meme. She said, "Well, you know, your president is really doing horrible on the gas prices." And I said, "Well, what are the gas prices in England?" And she's like, "Oh, it's about $10 a gallon." And I think, "Oh, so is our president the president of England too?" Because she's like, no. Well, maybe you think the price of gas is like an international situation. But also, if you keep up on your memes, the latest debate is that it's not the price of gas is really that high. It is high, but it's the fact that oil companies are gouging. $4.20, yeah. And I bet you it's higher in Arizona. And then there's a gas station on the western edge of Arizona. As you cross into California, you have to get gas there. Because if you go into California, it's probably like $7 a gallon or more. A straw man argument. Yeah, Missouri doesn't charge taxes on gas. That's why we have the cheapest gas in the country. Although they are changing that over the next few years, it will probably be like everybody else. But it amazes me how much of gas is taxes. Not that I disapprove, because I do believe that cars should pay their way. And, you know, though we are dependent upon cars, the one way to break that is to try and get people to switch over from cars to more efficient ways of traveling. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I'll get over here, and if there's nothing, no blinky lights, no shooting, then I'll be like I'll be like, all right, and go get my TVU. I need to stage for police on a shooting. Yeah, fine. Do this all night. And lately, with gas prices being the way they are, I've been trying to pull over somewhere and just sit and listen to the scanner, and then go. And as opposed to driving around all night. The disadvantage of that is I get really, really sleepy. But the advantage is, of course, you know, I'm not burning so much gas. When you can look up hidden technology. Well, my wife and I were discussing putting solar panels on our house and how feasible it is, because, you know, I saw an ad somewhere that said, well, you actually will save money and the government will give you money back, and plus if you generate enough energy from solar, the power company will actually pay you. So I don't know about necessarily hidden technology. All right. So 70 east, left, west, south. I know I'm going up to the... Oh no, I can't do that. No, I forgot. I was about to make a mistake there. Can't go around the west side of the loop. It's all closed off. The north. They're doing a lot of work, construction work on the new John Jordan Buck O'Neill Bridge. The city skyline is all green. And pretty soon all the amateur Irish will come out. And by early afternoon and evening, they'll be green too, and I don't mean their clothes. Amateur Irish. It makes Irish people sound like all they do is drink. Not true. A lot of the Irish that I've met. I guess that depends on the individual. I was gonna say, all the Irish I met don't drink. Well, that's not necessarily true either.
My said that there's a male sitting at the intersection. He has some type of lantern or lamp. Not sure what he's doing.
That's weird. Somebody standing at an intersection with a lantern or lamp. I guess we got to get used to going around the north end of the loop. Oh, we need to get off on Broadway.
Number 24, Max 507, 2855, Senate Boulevard,
Which I missed that turn.
Number 24, Max
No, I didn't.
2855, Senate Boulevard, Belmont, K3.
They got these exits too close together in the north part of the loop, so you have to always watch. And then when you get off here, people will clobber you if you don't pay attention. Hey, Grandpa, left turn, not right. Oh, wait, where am I heading now? To another shooting. Yeah, I really was exasperated when I heard that.
Winnebago could be around for a quick trip 159. We'll be here in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, Rhyme Time says he's half Irish. He used, but he does not like to drink. But when he was younger, he used to drink a lot.
Copy.
I never took it up. Never drank.
Back into the city. Okay.
Been around too many family members who drank a lot, and it kind of puts you off of it. And friends and stuff. I had people tell me that they wouldn't hang out with me unless I started drinking. And I'm like, well, thanks for the peer pressure. Bye. Oop, here we are. Oh, this is a weird intersection. You have to actually drift through the light to make a right turn. I wonder if that's even legal. I don't see no right turn. And there's this park up here, and it's the Quality Hill area, and it's not a great place. And I'm betting, I'll bet you, I'll be surprised if I see blinky lights here, because this is a big vagrant hangout. But it's also a place where a lot of drug dealers like to do their stuff. So we'll see here. As soon as I turn this corner.
Then I find myself in a bunch of traffic, so I'm probably gonna turn around here soon.
Now in Kansas City, the Kansas City police have been known to they're putting really wide crime scene areas. So generally, if you get within a couple of blocks of an area where there's a shooting, you'll see it. And nope, I don't see it. They got so much. You see how they're closing the streets now to this park because they had so many problems here at night. It said it was a shooting in the park. I have to drive around the other side to make sure I'm not missing anything, because I can't get through there. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would say. There were some friends who told me they wouldn't they couldn't hang out with me if I didn't start drinking, but they were never that serious. But then there were some of them that were really serious. Oh, you can't hang out with us if you don't drink. I'm like, well, thanks for the peer pressure. Because, you know, alcohol makes everybody's personality so much better. Alright. Do we see any blinky lights? I'm gonna have to make another one of those turnarounds again. No, I'm, you know, if wow. Look at this. Dare I do it? Yeah, it says street closed. Alright, I don't have a great feeling about this. So I'm turning around. And skedaddling. No shouting, but pretty sketch. That's Shoto Park, and it's really sketch night and day. And there's even a new dog park here. It's an exclusive one. It's for the people who live here only. But I think it's, don't quote me on this, but I think it's funded by the city, like city parks. I'm like, well, if my tax dollars are paying for it, and I do live in Kansas City,
Not sure if you're letting or not.
shouldn't I
Copy on.
have access to it?
Make a loop.
Alright, is this a dead end? Yes, it's a dead end. Case Park. Alrighty. I am sassified to say that I don't think there's any shootings around here.
Medic 540, 8241.
It can be 50-50 with this one. There's a lot of people that hang out here that are vagrants, but then there are a lot of people who hang out here who are doing and dealing drugs. So the vagrant situation would mean most probably, hey, false alarm, but the drug dealers, they tend to shoot each other. Drug deals gone bad. Usually, from what I understand, it's not necessarily rivalry type stuff. It's usually stuff like somebody's going to score themselves some drugs, and drug deal. Get my TVU, and I'm going to what I always. Uh-oh. Mission is right here. And once I get past Bartle Hall, it'll clear up. I did pay my bill, but now's a great time to say that my internet service is provided by T-Mobile. Done, done, done. All right.
1342 is what? 1042? 1342, 100.
Has it cleared up yet? Yeah, it looks like it cleared up. 3D. Yeah, and always, in case you missed that, because I was probably cutting in and out, my internet always cuts out here by Bartle Hall, and it always clears up by the area where, sadly, the, what was that little diner thing there? I forgot. Denny's used to be. They tore down the Denny's and put up a parking lot. Actually, I don't know what they've got in there. There is a parking lot in there, but it's nobody parks there for. Now the Kansas City St. Patrick's Day parade. Emergency, no parking anytime. That's new. But the St. Patrick's Day parade used to be downtown, and it was a much longer route. And then the priest who married me and my wife was a very popular priest, and and he's very, very, and he was so popular that I don't know how it. I'm saying this, but I'm probably speaking out of turn. That they moved the St. Patrick's Day parade to begin where my church is, which is the Redemptorist Church up here, and it just goes to Westport. Which, if you know the route, it's not very long now, which I don't mind. Paradise put up a parking lot. They paved the Denny's and put up a parking lot. Actually, they just tore it. And I didn't make it to Brown's today. I could, I guess, if I wanted to, but parking, I don't know. I might be able to try it. But the Penn Valley Community College, where the let me start over. Where Penn Valley Community College is now, and I guess all these tall buildings over here, used to be the big Irish neighborhood in Kansas City, and I never knew that until somebody was talking about the history of the area. And the center of it was Brown's Irish Market and Deli, which is still sitting there. They own the whole lot now, the whole block. And they are St. Patrick's Day Central, but they are that way year round. It's not like they're fair weather St. Patrick's. They are the real deal. And so the church is like just, you can see it from Brown's if you look. And the church is where the parade starts, but Brown's is where the party is. And so it basically, the parade goes from Brown's to Kelly's in Westport. And they're saying, which I haven't paid attention to, I guess I did. If you go back on my videos, which I'll probably link on Facebook, because it'll play back in my memories. Oh, look at all they got all this stuff up to keep people from parking. Or maybe that's so people can park. I don't know. It's probably to keep people from parking in there. But, of course, 2 years ago, the beerfluenza pandemic hit a week before St. Patrick's, and they haven't had St. Patrick's Day parade, I think, for the past 2 years. So Brown's is about a block to the east. This is where the parade starts here at Redemptorist Church.
George King X-ray 1099. George King X-ray 1099. There's a license on a silver Chevy with an up.
Yeah, it used to be. Or maybe I'm imagining that. Or I think maybe it was just downtown and midtown area, but not. I don't know. I think it used to be a lot longer. I think it used to go from downtown all the way down to Westport. But this is a parade route. After 9 a.m., you will not be able to drive this street at all. From 9 a.m. until sometime in the afternoon. Oh no, Steve-O, the bucket list tour. It's a pretty horrid looking marquee. I am nothing like Steve-O. Even though I go by Steve-O, I am nothing like that guy. I do not purposely go out to hurt myself or pull stunts that would end up with myself being injured. There's an Irish bar there on the left, on the route. Now, does it go from here to Kelly's, or does it just go from here to Westport Road? I think it just goes from here to Westport, and then south of Westport is the disassembly area, and several blocks east, west, and north of the church is the assembly area. Ah, beautiful weather today, and it's going to change. Oh, they're investigating it, and you can see the building right here that they crashed into. I'll try and go slow. You can see that that's room former hurricane used to be. They're investigating it. I don't know. The families involved are suing the fire department, and I don't know what the judge is going to say about whether the fire department driver is to be blamed or charged or what. I don't know the situation on that. I know what my judgy self says on that kind of thing, but it's probably not accurate, so I won't say it. There's Kelly's. That's where the parade is supposed to end, but I and actually I've done a story with a reporter here on done the St. Patrick's Day in Westport. People were being drunk and was not impressed. As soon as I try and go around, they're going to go, because, you know, the world spins around, as you know. There's a few more people here tonight. Now, why do they have all this stuff blocked?
12. Assist the citizen on the rooftop of the parking garage, A3. Copper 25, 12 Pomona. Assist the citizen on the rooftop of the parking garage, A3.
I don't know if it's... No, I don't think it's the oldest. It's the oldest in... I think it's maybe the oldest in Kansas City, but...
L111.
There might be some houses that are actually older than that one. Because I know that downtown St. Charles, the old Capitol building, is actually older, and there's some buildings in St. Louis that are older, because St. Louis is a much older city. But I'm not sure of that either, because, you know, they like to tear things down in St. Louis. They do that here too, but...
President is supposed to be suspended through Kansas DOR.
It might be the oldest just because traffic collision. It might be the oldest just merely by survival.
Copy, they give a direction to travel.
I've been doing some reading on the history of Westport. I did a couple of weeks ago, and it's interesting. This area had the Civil War, this whole area had died off pretty much.
He just passed once he was operator said.
It was a complete backwater.
Copy, I'm on again,
Now that building there at Kelly's was built in what, 1853 or 1850?
From Oxford Court, he went right on Dunwich.
Copy, I'll try and cut him off for you guys.
I think the old Capitol building in St. Charles is probably dates back to like the 1820s. And I'm not sure, but this house up here may be actually older than Kelly's.
16 Sam 656-140-870.
Because when I worked for another TV station, whose name shall be Channel 4, we were a union shop, and our union meeting hall, meeting offices, the SAG-AFTRA offices were up in this building up here. Which, of course, the name is escaping me.
Well, they're about 30 seconds away from the pump. Yeah, just verify maintenance.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's right there.
Just want to make sure it's off. Have somebody readily available.
This old house up here may be older than Kelly's. But I don't know. I'd have to get out and read the thing. What is this place called? Harris Kearney House Museum, 1855. So maybe Kelly's is older than this. And how do I know that there's a parking lot here?
247, 15, 55.
Because this is where we parked. Because the AFTRA offices were on the second floor.
41, 135 a month. CP 139 a month. And 46 arriving 139 a month.
When we were getting ready to negotiate a contract, Channel 4, that lot would fill up with Channel 4 news cars.
He's wearing dark blue pants.
And I'm sure, well, no, they moved out of there. They were like, how many years ago? They were like, oh, we can't afford to keep offices in Kansas City anymore, so we will just meet. I remember we were meeting at the Westport Library. Before I left, we'd meet at the Westport Library.
Maintenance is now wanting to shut off valves. Are you okay with that? Well, we know which ones they are.
Wow, I got all turned around here. How did I end up here?
Turn back on. Yeah, like me that. Okay.
There's where I'm always getting coffee. Broadway Cafe.
Coming at 135. No traffic. 50 miles an hour.
Oh, we got a car chase. Where's the car chase? Love the Dave's sign. I've never been in that bar. I'm going to have to go in there someday.
Go ahead, man. I'll give you an update. We're currently backfeeding the system with nitrogen to cool the tanks down before
the door is closed, like the place isn't even open.
We're full roll on this thing. It's stabilized right now. We got plant manager headed in.
I know Broadway Cafe will not be open today because they want their. They're like, we would love to have our employees go enjoy the parade. Yeah, that's where we met, I think.
From Woodhouse
My memory's
headed
getting
out of
fuzzy.
your place to
Up on the upper floor of the
Southwest Jackson,
library
3711,
there.
Southwest Jackson, to a juvenile female, please.
All right. Well, thank you very much for keeping me company, and
3186.
you stay safe, and let us know if you need anything next time you come in town or whatever. Here's all the Main Street destruction they're doing for the streetcars. It's like traveling a maze through here. It's amazing.
318 transporting Katie.
I gotta go pick up a TVU. Must get TVU.
Project 71 Court Drive, in Adventure, Letter 126, District 2, at 118.
What happened to that car chase? That was a quick one.
Service 117.
It's like the roastery is in here. That has the roastery, like just a drive-through roastery. Oh, there's a Quick Trip I never go to.
Drive the owner, David's going to be in a black truck with gloss on the side, have a 10-15 minute ETA.
Good job.
Maybe I should go visit the one on 31st Street. Haven't been to that one in a while.
46.
Go ahead.
This information disregarding that pickup, they've got charges on it.
Copy. Clear my location 1395. Please say.
Thank you.
Oh, Boatman's Bank. I didn't read that.
Go ahead. Somebody tell us every car 701 is headed in.
Rescue 2 responding on a man down in a Quick Trip to London when the business in a grassy area next to a white sheep. So he is not conscious, is breathing. Got 140.
Summit 1042. 691, 121 should be clear. Go ahead. Did you get any plane information?
Mine.
Copy.
641 East 23rd Street South. Prophet Ellison and Hub, Letter 141, District 7, at 121.
Unseen. Patient contact. 300 with patient contact.
Hey, 4. Car 106, Somerset, truck 241 Glenwood Boulevard. Commercial on the pathway 84. Number 7 Flight, 111, fire alarm, 16641 East 23rd Street South. Just a water flow. We're also receiving Dollar Tree in the same shopping center. Water flow as well. Crossing the Wilson and Hub, Metro 141, District 7, and 123.
Rescue 2 on scene.
Rescue 2 on scene 124.
Good night.
Hi.
I will be Nick.
Report.
I don't want to talk about it.
I gotta turn on my Missouri side.
Available from launch in quarters.
George 4, Charles 7 North. George 4, Charles 7 North.
Yeah, 141. Magnolia Avenue.
Yep. About 80 kilometers. 580 temper. Sure, base numbers.
Hey, 271.
The Walker Road, Rock Creek Parkway, Missouri Plate, Charles Sam 1, King to 5 King, Charles Sam 1, King 5 King. Coming on a black Toyota 4Runner documents, I know.
Copy, Walker Road. Sorry, messing me around for breathing home. 617 Rock Street, 617 Rock Street Apartment, and Madam. Sorry, messing me around for breathing problems. I'm on 43.
Mileage 272.
272, go.
Please show me the Clay County, get anything whenever you're ready.
Guidance, you're in it.
126955, 126955.
143.
Posted.
82 for lunch, back 510, advise 82 for lunch.
But got spare heads in there. Can you repeat? Spare heads in there on the wall. Yeah, a whole bunch. Do you have color? Because it seems to be how they're separated. Yeah, that'll be good. I'll be in expectation.
Westwood, Kansas Bicycle 524, pulmonary X-ray, contact for failed to return vehicle, information at 146. Overdosing, she's not breathing, they have admitted. To 822.
Copy, thank you. Will be for destruction of property.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm clean crew.
147. Copy that confirmation for your city.
Nice noise.
Copy all that. SJD responding. Confirmation.
Queen, Nora, Edward, Edward 1. Queen, Nora, Edward, Edward 1-1. Florida. Last phonetically. Adam Lincoln, Tom Adam, Ida, Edward. First phonetically. Adam Young, Ocean, Ocean Boy. No initial. H. Henry. By mail date of birth 11-10, 1993, 1110, 1993.
120th. After the district E at 149. Oh.
4427200. He did give me a social if you need it. This is all verbal.
Good night.
Michael, call Crescent and 20th. Calling party is right at the intersection. 58-year-old's gone. In blood. 7 district 3 and 150. Radio or your party district dog, talk to Edward. Nothing further.
Copy, ma'am. Thank you.
Unit 281.
51.
Nobody's on vehicle, there is someone sleeping inside.
Good morning, you need a second?
Yeah, someone's nearby, start rolling my way.
Charles Union 1, Edward 1 Lincoln, John Stewart, Lee Summit, 23 expression on a 2024. No.
Units on the scene at 152.
Copy. I'm gonna get a complaint sign, I'm gonna get the back.
I'll be north of the station with one white male. Starting mileage and ready. 1123.3. 1023.3. I'll be 10A. Go ahead. Two is not good. Actually taking 154. Pop 1096 subject. Yeah, Romero. Shipping. Yeah, it's outside.
Sorry, not check right myself.
Go ahead.
491 92 3676. 491 92 3676. You're back to the Genetis.
I'm at 10.
Response valid, Clock City, FAD no caution, ISS known. Double one out of Kansas City. Total on the response for property damage is going to be 1,000. He has another one out of Springfield. So traffic offenses. Total on is going to be 1,000 on that one as well. Incredible.
George, Adam 3, Sam 4, X-ray, Missouri 20. Okay, excuse me, AMR's all team, was it?
I'll be doing AMR and future contact at 156.
Copy, what's the last four of the VIN of the car? Case OCM?
7743.
Copy. This is at the American end, but it's the right vehicle.
Robert Lincoln 3-874-644-47720. Back on 76 on it.
I'd like to, with a first line plate, David, Ocean, Union, Lincoln, Adams, and Noah.
Alright, copy.
Oh.
Fort Felix Plaza and KU are high volume. All other facilities are showing open.
Missouri Flight 9, Sam Adam, Victor 10. 9, Sam Adam, Victor 10, out of Missouri. Gray Toyota Tacoma. Occupied, one white male. Parking lot of quick trip.
Not sure what was it today.
2412 description for those. First suspect's going to be a white male in a red jacket between late teens, early 20s. Another is going to be a white male in the same age range.
Here's anybody.
Same board.
We found 50 east of Tarsney on a silver Honda Alabama. 4 Adam 8126. 4 Adam 8126 Alabama. Report occupant will be eastbound 50 east of Tarsney. Eastbound 50 east of Tarsney at 0200.
Hey, Toy Stream off here. Suspect that had a black hoodie had a handgun on him.
0201.
Okay, looks like we're looking to go
Yes. 3409 South Floyd Avenue, Humberton, Los Angeles. 3409 South Floyd. Rosa Pink Hill, 3464 South, Parker 156, District 10, $200.
2412, I'm at the quick trip. Did you guys need help? Negative. Change that up. 2413 and 12 arrived quick trip. We're naming the contact on Lamar from Marway. 1 7 hours. Correct. The driver's a white male, long hair, yellow shirt, baggy jeans.
This is route 2.
Black hat on. He's watching here in the bed.
Lamar, Gray 2012 Chevy Camaro, last seen southbound on Lamar, 2 suspects. Northern Dakota to an 88 Toyota. It's not coming back out of Missouri, Central Kansas.
New drive to Colorado.
Possible vehicle is a gray 2012 Chevy Camaro. It's last seen south on Lamar. There's two suspects. One's a white male wearing a red jacket, approximately 16 to 19 years of age. The other suspect is a white male age range. There may be a third suspect, another white male wearing a black hoodie, and he had a black Christian. He had a handgun and a possible tag of 50 William Street, 967 Missouri. Information received. 115. Repeat, drive.
Keep it an 84 out of Adam 8168. That's back to record now. Okay. 0213. 2411, you can show me your right.
32 to service return.
322.
318 return.
159 hours. 322. What's your starting mileage for your female transport? 914.
Adam Edwards, 93706, Arizona.
And it's your friend. U-Haul of Arizona on a 2014 DMV Savannah. Copy on scene 204.
Frank 309 Sam, Nora Frank 309 Sam.
910 Main Street, breathing problems, A4. Bring July 22 expiration.
I got it. Mark, Brady Killer Jeep, Missouri license plate, Charles Union 7, Boyd George, Charles Union 7, Boyd George, 1 given on Boston. Clear with this. I have Mark.
23 of the 22 Subaru Outback Michael Brady.
Sadly returned on a Mid-Hila King out of Kansas City on a 7th of Dodge expired at 21.
Copy.
Two of it.
Lincoln Ave, William 2 Henry, Lincoln Ave 5, William 2 Henry, Queen on Black. Hyundai Elantra. Gabriel was going to the dispatch call. I saw two males walking from it. Just hazard sound. I was thinking it might have been railroad employees, but we can check. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said. What was that again, please? As I was going to the dispatch call, I saw it with his hazard sound. Looked like two railroad employees walking from it. I wasn't sure that they were employees. We can check and find out. Yeah.